fighting.
Congratulations! You have found WrestheShoot, hosted by the Wild Thing Rob Wilds and the ladies' man Chris Casanova. Combined, we have 40 years of wrestling experience, and we're here to share those experiences, stories, and knowledge with you over the podcast airwaves. We'll be joined by friends of ours from time to time to share their stories and experiences with you as well. So climb aboard the crazy train we call WrestheShoot. We know how to do it, and we do it real well.
Ooh, God, every fucking week that song, dude, I could feel the juice rushing to my balls as we speak. I love
Sticks
that.
in your head, man.
What?
It just sticks in your head.
I heard you. Anyway,
sure?
Welcome to another episode of WrestheShoot. I'm your host, the Wild Thing, Rob Wilds, joined by my returning co-host, who clearly feels much better after his case of full-blown AIDS. Did you drink some Tulsa and it started making you feel better, brother?
Yeah.
All right, good deal. I wonder if old creepy Jimmy's AIDS is still holding him down because he ain't here yet.
It must be.
What you guys need to do is use protection when you're laying it down on each other so you don't keep passing your sickness back and forth. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, let's be responsible with what life has dealt us.
Right.
In my case, I have my my convictions for my indiscretions in the past, and you have AIDS.
Oh, okay.
I'm just.
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. What you drinking on today, brother?
Just a little cab.
A little cab. Jesus Christ. Homo. Anyway. So
where's yours?
What?
Where's yours? You don't have one?
Pepsi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm playing it pretty clean lately. And by the way, dude, I'm loving your background, man. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas over in the Casanova digs.
Yeah, I got the little candle behind me, some stockings, got my Christmas tree. Yeah, good stuff.
Now, is that really your place, or did you break into some poor innocent old couple's house and just use their house as a background, have them tied up in a closet?
Yeah, that's what happened right there. Yeah.
Oh.
The old couple, yeah.
Okay. Well, shit. As you guys can tell, we are really in the effort right now of just burning up a little bit of time while we're waiting for the rest of our guests to show up on the Promised Wrestling Roundtable, hosted by WrestheShoot, of course. So, Chris, to burn up a little bit of time, I know we can kill 50 seconds.
At least 50 seconds? Okay.
Yeah, I know how we can do that right now. You want to know?
Sure.
Yo, Mark Sticky, baby. This is for anybody who needs to tell somebody to fuck off. Well, hi, go fuck yourself. Suck a bag of dicks. Eat a big old pile of shit. Wash it down with camel piss, you stupid bitch. Lick my tits, polish all my naughty bits. Kiss my fanny, tell your granny she got shitty grandkids. Pull my finger, smell my butt. Sit and spin, buttercup. Tell your mama and your daddy they can lick my fucking nuts. Cuddle up to my balls, then wash my dirty drawers. I have fucking had enough, so I'm telling you to go fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
No one wants your opinion. Fuck you very, very much.
All right, just gave you a twofer there. I'm an idiot.
WrestheShoot's finest.
Did you say not?
No, I said WrestheShoot's finest.
Okay, good, because I was about to get upset. So let's say we go ahead and just get started with the WrestheShoot Roundtable. This is a concept me and Cass came up with, like 2 years ago. And then we did one show where we did a fans roundtable. And you know what's funny about that show is fucking All the fans actually showed up on time, if you can believe that. Wrestlers are on wrestlers' time, though. So let's go ahead and get started with who is with us today on the WrestheShoot Around Table. So let's go ahead and get started off. I feel like this guy doesn't need any kind of a real introduction. We'll just pretty much call it what it is. He's here before his man is here to join us as well. But I just go ahead and call him a dick.
Yay.
But hey, May Dick, right?
Welcome, hey, Dick.
Dick.
Yeah.
So, Chris, why don't you, who do you want to pick next? You pick the next guy.
All right, let's see. Let's go with an old friend of yours from back in the day. Good old Doug Damien.
Ooh. Doug Damien. Look at
What's
you
up?
all in the darkness looking terrifying. I swear to Christ. 5 minutes ago, there was light on him.
The sun's just going down in Cali, so, and I'm in the car.
But it's like you hit the fucking sun light switch. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Well.
Wow.
And then, of course, we're bringing back one of our favorite guys to come on the show. He comes on here and parties with us a lot. Mr. Carnage Perez. Brother man.
Hey, what's up,
brother
fellas?
man.
What's up?
How you doing, man? So, yeah, a few guys haven't shown up, and that's kind of making this not so much a round table as much as it is like an almost triangle table.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Or maybe a
We just need
rectangle.
one more to get down there on the bottom square.
Yeah.
I was hoping we were going to have a Brady bunch so we could figure out who the Alice of the group was going to be.
It's going to be you.
Me?
Yeah, you're the
I
Alice.
fucking hate Alice. How is it going to be me?
Why do you hate Alice?
Why do I hate Alice?
Yeah.
Because she's a fucking phony. That's why. Have you ever actually watched that show? She's running around all happy. Oh, you're the family. And they're like, oh, Alice, you're our family too. And they turn right around and say, now go get your shine box, bitch. Clean the fucking oven out. And then later on, she's like, oh, God, I'm going to go see Sam the Butcher to get a meat log up my pussy. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Damn, dude. You have some
Fuck
hate
Alice.
behind the words, man.
Alice should have been victim of a hate crime by me.
Jesus Christ.
And that's how I really feel.
She
about
cleaned the
it.
house with 8 people, but her clothes were never dirty.
Good point.
That's because she doesn't do shit except for just like hold the mop and be like, oh yeah, fuck you, Brady's. You're so busy, you just think I'm keeping this place clean. I'll bet you her and Sam the Butcher were hatching a plot to kill Mike Brady before he died of AIDS.
Oh, damn, dude.
That's dark.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not as dark as you. Look what that you're sitting with no sun at all.
Looks like he's about to go stalk somebody.
Now, see, couldn't you see that as the cover of a horror movie?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Slumber Party Massacre or some shit.
Yeah, I was trying to find something to roll along with Shock 'em Dead because they got my favorite line from a horror movie ever, and it was simply, call the cops, well, they'll arrest you. You're using too much cheese. Shock 'em Dead.
God,
Great
that
horror
movie. That, wow.
You remember when we first
That and
watched
Sorority
that,
Babes.
I about peed myself on that part when we first watched it.
Yeah.
It's too much.
And then remember in Sorority Babes and the slime ball, the bowling with the head
Yes.
part, the gutter head. We rewound that thing like 15 fucking times, and we were on the floor.
Oh, they got perfect foam stepping up to the line. It looks good. It looks good. Oh, it's going to be a gutter head.
Well, thank you, Bad Boys. It's a pleasure having you on the show.
If you guys enjoy stupid ass horror movies, Shock 'em Dead, Sorority Babes, at the Slime Ball, Bolorama are two highly recommended from Wilds and Damien.
Yeah.
This sounds like 2 straight-to-video movies.
Probably. What are you fucking?
Shock 'em Dead, yes.
Yeah.
Sorority Babes, I think, had a limited release.
Oh, okay.
It did actually have a limited theatrical release.
And like
It had Linnea Quigley.
Huh.
And everybody's going, who?
I know. She was the punk chick in Return of the Living Dead that said, "You ever fantasize about being killed?" So she's a scream queen legend.
And she looked real good naked in that movie too.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I figured that's why you guys watch it, because of that.
No, we watched it because it's an
I would
epic
watch
fucking
it.
zombie movie, you stupid son of a bitch. Don't you like horror films?
I like watching the naked chicks, but I mean,
Now, by naked chicks, do you mean naked guys?
shit, fucking comedy. Yes.
Fair enough. Fair
Thanks for the
enough.
clarification on that.
All right, guys. So we're doing this show tonight. It was supposed to be a full house, but it looks like half of the people are no-showed, unless they couldn't figure out the difference between my time zone and theirs, which could happen, I suppose.
Possibly.
Happens to the best of us. But the point is just to talk about what the wrestling business, like what motivated you to want to get involved in it, kind of what it's done for you in your life. Was it a good or a bad move? So let's start with Chris. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck you, Chris. Nobody wants to hear from you.
What?
Let's.
All right, I'll sit down.
I think I would really like to hear a dick talk. Wouldn't you like to hear? Would you guys be interested in hearing a dick speak?
Yeah, me. Yes.
Go
That'd be
ahead, Mr.
interesting.
Dick. Here we go.
What do you want me to talk about? How it's affected me, or good, bad, wrestling?
Why don't you just say what comes to your head, what feels organic, what feels good when it's coming out?
I mean, I think
Like
it's
a
been good
shit.
so far. You know, the managing, it's been all right. Unfortunately, who I manage is not here right now, so you know that looks bad upon me because I can't manage him to be on a podcast. But so far, so good. I can't really complain. So you know, pretty good about it.
All right, moving on.
Hopefully next year's even better. So onwards and upwards on that.
You are is he frozen on your guys' end too, or just mine?
Oh, he's back now, I think.
We're back and better than ever.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what did let's give an example. Like, Chris, let me ask you, brother. Tell me about what the wrestling business is to you.
To me, it's lots of things, but I mean, to me, it's almost kind of like a brotherhood, like kind of like a cult type thing where
Very dysfunctional.
What's that?
A very dysfunctional brotherhood.
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah, like a
right out of my chair.
dysfunctional brotherhood. Like I feel like the marks or the people that are not in the wrestling business don't really understand how like things work, and so I feel like we're part of the secret society, which yeah, I'm trying to like elaborate more on that, but
Well, it's kind of how it was when we broke. You know, it was we still had the brotherhood, the secret society, but the days of kayfabe weren't necessarily dead, but they were certainly dying. Not like how fucking dead and buried it is now. So by saying, you know, the marks aren't smart marks anymore, or weren't smart back then like they are now. I mean,
right,
everything
exactly.
is online.
Yeah, and I think my first 5 years in the business, it was like very, very like, you know, our own little group, man. The marks were here and we were here. We knew our shit. And it was like rarely the marks got in our circles, like very rarely. But now
Even you and I, when we would wrestle each other, we would go to the venues close to the towns together. But from the hotel to the venue, if we were working each other, we'd just take different transportations over there. We don't want the crowd to see us getting out of the car together and then believe we're trying to kill each other for a belt that night or whatnot. So I mean, kayfabe is only as strong as the weakest wrestlers.
I remember we used to have people on the show with us. If I was working heel, you're working baby face, we'd have one of the baby faces come pick you up somewhere, and you like when we get to the town and be us at the hotel and be like, all right, take them to the venue, and I drive myself over there.
I typically would have somebody in like a goddamn ring crew truck come and get me. I was like, Jesus Christ, can I even get a car?
Right.
What about you, Carnage? Hit me with it, baby. Tell me about your story.
Oh man, tell you what, man, I loved it growing up as a kid, dude. I mean, just the mystery of wrestling was probably what drew me in. You know, just because you would see these guys on TV, but you never knew really anything about them. You know, you didn't know if they had kids, if they were married, where they really lived. You know, all that stuff. And so I think the mystery, well, it's gone now, but you know, I think that was the kind of thing that brought me in. And watching Dusty Rhodes was probably the thing for me, because I loved watching him in 1975. I watched a match between him and superstar Billy Graham doing a leather strap match in Madison Square Garden. And after I watched that match, I'm like, you know, Dusty Rhodes had so much charisma and how he just drew the fans in. And they really didn't do a whole lot in the match. I mean, I think they maybe had 3 or 4 bumps in the whole match.
Right.
And you know, it was just something that really was great and drew me in. And I've been doing it now, you know, 28 years, and I've just done a lot from that. I've used wrestling as a platform to do other things. I started a nonprofit in 2017. I started my own clothing line 2 years ago. You know, so I've done other things with the wrestling. So it's just kind of helped me just grow as a person. And just kind of helped expand my career into other venues of things that I've done. I've done my own podcast. I've done all kinds of things, you know, and I've done pretty much everything there is to do in a business, from ring crew to owner to promoter to booker, everything. And I mean, I still love it, but it's just, you know, like you said, the kayfabe is gone. But I still try to keep it there. You know, I try to stay on that level of the kayfabe and the mystery. You know, I don't mingle with the fans outside of the venue. I don't, you know, do things. I do my deal and then I leave. You know, and leave town. I don't stay in town. I try to get out of town as soon as possible and try to keep the mystery there. And things I post on social media is the same thing. I just kind of do wrestling stuff. I don't try to put a whole lot of my personal life out there because I try to keep it old school. And, you know, that's just what really got me into it, was the mystery part of it, I think.
I love it.
I
Man.
really feel like all the boys should take on the don't mingle with the fans outside attitude, because I get the reasoning behind it. I want to make them feel special and important and included, and that keeps them coming back. But you know what kept him coming back for, you know, 60 years before that was not talking to the wrestlers, was building that superhero versus super villain backstory to it. And then when they were gone, they're gone. You never saw Clark Kent and Superman in the same place. Nobody knew Clark Kent was Superman but us, the smart ones.
That's right.
I love that comparison there.
You like that?
Yeah.
And that's what really got me initially when I was like that tall was my first experience was Hogan and Piper at WrestleMania 1. And I see them trading heat back and forth. That's where I walked into the room. And I was just like, oh my God, this is it. This is Superman versus Luthor. Like, this is real deal. These are superhumans. I was hooked right then. I told my dad, that's what I'm going to be when I grow up. And he said, of course you will, son. You can do whatever you want to do with your life. And I did. And he was like, shit, he's actually a wrestler. He has been there and seen some of the most graphic, violent moments in my career, including the ever famous Bleacher Bump. Speaking of Bleacher Bump, let's move on to old Doug Damien. What you got, brother? Tell me about your story, babe.
Well, I started. I got into watching WWF when I was 13 in the 8th grade. Right after the Mega Powers broke up and when they were going into WrestleMania 5. So that's kind of how my friend Mark got me into it, and you know, and I got hooked on it real quick. And then got into high school, met you. We had our infamous bet on WrestleMania 6. You know, yeah.
Let's talk about that. Okay. Yes. Great.
Oh God.
Yes.
Damn it. No.
Yeah,
I'm getting douche chills over here.
I mean, you know, I bet on Hogan. Rob bet on Warrior. Rob won. I'm like, I owe you money, damn it.
That's awesome.
The
But
thing is, we
but,
were both so markish and arrogant in what we thought we knew about the business. So as far
Oh,
as
yeah.
we were concerned, there was going to be a degree of reality to it. And I thought there was just
Yeah.
no way Hogan can beat the younger, bigger Warrior. I was just kind of going off logic. He was going off his fandom for the Hulkster. And we were
Yeah.
like talking real shit to each other over this. Like what? Like this was fucking Ali
Like a
versus
football game,
Tyson.
right?
it's gonna
Yeah.
come to blows.
Got blows, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. Hulkster's gonna take this one all the way, brother. Then we go back and we're standing in shop, which was the first class we had together. He's like, I guess I'll use $20. And then I actually did a little celebration dance. The Warrior beat Hogan and fuck Doug Damien. What's he know? Because I know, because I'm more of a connoisseur. Because it's real.
That's right.
It's
That's
still
right.
real to me, damn it.
So yeah, and then I mean, when we were sophomores, Undertaker came out, and that's when I really started to think, oh shit, that's what really got me going. Okay, they're really going in a theatrical direction because now we have an undead zombie wrestler who's putting people in body bags, and he threw Warrior into a casket and almost suffocated him. No charges filed, and you know, and all this stuff. And it got my head going like, crap. Could I get into this? Because I guess what the business did for me is it kind of just
Hey, shit,
kinda-
Maria. All right. Sorry there, Doug. Just one of our writers who abandoned us is back. It's nice to see you again.
So yeah, they you know, it kind of got me realizing about myself that I kind of had sort of this entertainer in me or something of some kind, and wrestling kind of encapsulated, I mean, theatricality and costuming and rock and roll feel with the entrance music and showmanship and all this other and the athleticism and everything. It kind of all in one, all kind of just an all-in-one thing. And so I kind of, you know, you and I started making our big plans and stuff, and you know, for the Reapers, our big gimmick that we, you know. And then when we got out of high school, we decided we should write our life stories for our characters. And I end up writing a small book.
Yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. We were, in fact, out of high school when this happened.
Yes.
Oh, God, the douche chills.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you know, I end up writing a small book, and I kind of, if you had told me when I was still in high school that I would have enjoyed writing, I'd have laughed in your face. I'd be like, writing, because I just associated that with boring school shit, reports and crap. So, you know, I kind of figured out that, oh wow, I could do something with this, and I can do something with that, and I kind of just got me realizing where I'm really geared for, I guess, you know, and because as a kid, I floated around. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do in life or anything. And so, you know, and even though I haven't done much in the entertainment realm or anything, it's still just kind of, I know who I am. It helped me realize who I am, I guess, you know, and so, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Love it.
Now, I know Chris wants to hit on, because he's a cocksucker, and he's going to bring it up again. He already texted me and let me know, so I'm going to beat you to it, Chris. Chris wants to hear more about the fucking bleacher bump.
Oh, that was a monumental day. You know, we fought our way up the bleachers. My parents were there, and you know,
let's set a little bit of quick backstory here. That was the day when Doug Damien's dad had come down with leukemia. I got it in my head and forced it into Doug's head that, God damn it, your dad is going to see you win a championship. So that's where this, what was it? You won a battle royal or something? They got you the title match. Is that right?
I think so. Something like that.
And then we decided, well, let's just fancy it up a little bit because it is the hardcore championship. Let's make it a first blood match. Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And I was gonna go ahead and do the juice job. So Doug could not only beat me but make me bleed so his dad could see it. So I had the great
Yeah.
idea of just going on up to the top of the bleachers. And all I want you to do is just give me a little hip so I could just take a little beal. Boom, I'll hit the stairs. It'll be loud as shit. Everybody will be like, ooh. And we'll go from there. Now, take it away, Doug, you son of a bitch.
So we fought our way up to the bleachers. Well, before when you told me you wanted me to throw you off, I was like, "Are you insane? What? Okay." And then as far as I'm concerned, we fought our way up, and everyone's surrounding us, and my parents were off to the side, way down a way, so we disappeared from their sight, and then all of a sudden, and so we're up there, and I had you, and you gave me the go ahead, and I just kind of went, and you kind of went soft shoeing down the steps, flying down there. Then you hit the bottom step on your hip, and you spun around in the air in that figure skater motion, and then plop on the ground, and you didn't move. And I thought, oh shit, I killed him.
Is that really how you remember it? That we got to the top of the steps, and you just went, eh. And then suddenly I'm soft shoeing on my tiptoes down the steps, trying to regain any semblance of control of this violent thrust that has sent me screaming directly towards Hades itself.
So I was still up there, and everyone's screaming in my face because I'm the heel. So I'm like trying to keep up appearances, but in my head I'm like, oh shit, he's not moving. Oh fuck. And then I started thinking, oh fuck, I'm gonna go to prison. Oh shit. So I start walking down. I'm like, yeah, that's what you get. Talking shit to the fans.
There's your champ.
Yeah. And then I go down, and Rob hadn't moved at all. And I'm like, dude. And then finally you give a little thumbs up, and I'm like, oh shit, he's alive. Okay, good. Because I seriously was starting to think bad shit. And then we that same match, my right shoulder got dislocated toward the end. So, and that's how I won the championship
because you tried to clothesline Payback to Greece. Jesus Christ, Justin was your friend. What's your problem?
Well, he ran through my arm. He didn't like we make contact and he'd take the bump. He ran. He ran right through my arm and then took a bump several feet behind me. So it was like, oh shit.
That wasn't a bump. You blasted that poor son bitch off his feet before you could brace for his bump.
I don't know,
Yeah, your memory. I'm the one who took the head wound. I took the head wound that night. How is my memory better than yours?
I don't know.
Drama? Fear?
I remember working light.
Oh, that was your idea of working light? You son of a bitch. And okay, so now I'll give you this. Damien was overly light in the ring. And that's hard to work with when somebody's overly light. So I let him know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm giving you my belt tonight. I expect you to fucking go to work for it. And if you throw something that doesn't even make contact, guess who's not selling? This fucking guy. So let's get to work. And he said, okay. And he meant it. Yeah, I think that maybe he took the spirit of the thing and just went a little bit fucking far with it. Dick.
Well, I'm kind of a switches on or switches off type of person. I don't have much of a dimmer or whatever switch there, It's like.
So as my oldest friend decides he's going to go ahead and not just give me a little hip so I could make a loud noise, get the ooh, try to get the holy shit chant going. Instead, he goes, I'm going to go ahead and whip you really hard. So you're going that way. You ain't stopping it. So I'm tiptoeing down the stairs and I hit a piece of a flyer for the show. And then I'm airborne. From his parents' perspective, who were sitting on the other side of the building, saw me go airborne over the crowd and then hear this apparently earth-moving thud as my body
Yeah.
collapsed on the ground. Now he comes walking down the stairs, getting his heat. There's your champ. There's your champ. And yeah, I wasn't moving. One, because I was trying to see if I was actually injured, and two, just, let's sell the shit out of this because that was a rough bump. And then he gets down to the stairs, and the referee, that guy with the beard, says to him, "Oh, I'm just going to call it." Oh, wait, it's a first blood match. Nobody's bleeding. So I said, like hell you are. I didn't go through all that for you to call it. So I start climbing back up to him, and the brutality continues with the let's stiff Rob-a-thon until, of course, I kind of lost it and started throwing it back in. Then Justin knew to do his run in and the clothesline from hell that you fucked yourself up on. Yeah. And there you go, Chris. Are you satisfied?
I am very satisfied. I love hearing you.
Well, what's funny, one more thing, from my dad's, the way my dad described it, he goes, well, my dad was not a wrestling fan to begin with. So like a few days later, when I was up visiting with my arm in a sling, he goes, hey, let me ask you something. What's up with this fighting in the crowd? I think that's crap. I says, oh, that's just something fun I think that's something fun for the fans. It's putting the action right in their face, and geez. And then he says, the way it looked, we went up, we fought our way up, and then we disappeared because everyone stood around us. And then all of a sudden, Rob goes flying out of the crowd and down to the thing. His description was pretty cool sounding, but yeah.
And what I heard, instead of getting a holy shit or that's hardcore or any kind of pop, the whole crowd went deathly silent and gasped, one collective gasp. And then I hear his dad's voice echo out, Jesus Christ, Doug, that's Rob. What about you, Carter? Give me an instance for you where something just went squirrely and you just.
Oh my goodness, man! I remember this one time. I'll never forget it. That I was wrestling for this promotion in Virginia, and they had a lot of time left, and so they wanted me to put this kid over for the title, which of course I didn't have a problem with. He said, "Yeah," he says, we need about 15 minutes. He said, because we got a lot of time. I'm like, yeah, no problem, bro. We'll take care of this for you. Well, in the back, this kid is talking to me. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do all this. I'm like, look, dude, I said, I walk and talk. I said, so whatever you're telling me right now, I've already forgot it. I said, so let's just get in the ring and have a good match. Well, in Virginia, you're not allowed to bleed. And if any blood happens, you need to finish the match in 3 moves, or you could be fined, suspended, all that good stuff.
Yeah, but that's unless you can prove that it was hard way, right?
No, just any blood at all. Doesn't matter. Any blood, you have to stop the match within 3 moves. And so I'm like, all right, no problem. He's a young kid, it'll be all right. And so we get in there. We're in there maybe about 5 minutes. He throws me in, shoots me into the corner, and he comes in. And as he's coming in, I'm like, I don't know. He's coming in a little high. He hits me with the knee right in my jaw, and it goes right through my tongue. So here comes the blood flowing. I'm like, holy shit. So I take a swing at him, and he ducks. And I get on top of him, and I give him a few more punches to the face. He runs outside the ring screaming. I busted his whole face open. And the promoter's standing in the back with his mouth open. He can't believe what the hell's going on because the ref ends up throwing the match out. We get into the back. He's like, yeah, actually we had Sanjay Dutt was in the back. It was one of his buddies. Him and a couple other guys said, yeah, Carnage, we're going to beat your ass. I'm like, well, first off, it's going to take more than the 3 of you for one thing. I said, because y'all a bunch of midgets. I said, "Now whip all your ass." One thing,
just hold them back by the forehead like that.
Yeah,
while they're swinging.
I mean, these guys are like 5'7", and here I am 6'5" at 260. What the hell are they going to do, right? And so anyway, the match gets thrown out. The kid doesn't get the belt. He ends up going to the hospital. He needed like 22 stitches to close his face.
Damn.
I get a call like about 2 weeks later from the commission, the state commission. Athletic Commission, and they knew me because for many years I was in Virginia wrestling. And he goes, Dad, he says, yeah, he said, I got a complaint that you sucker punched this guy in the ring and all this other stuff. And he said, you're lucky I wasn't there, or else I would have had you arrested and all of this stuff.
Oh.
And I'm like, look, man, I'm like, you're the commission. You have my information. I said, you come to my house if you want. You want to try to arrest me? I said, because I'll whip your ass too, just like I'll whip his ass for messing up my mat. After that, I never heard anything, but I can still get a Virginia license. So apparently they must have just, let it go, whatever. Yeah, it was just a bunch of shit, man. It's like he messed up everything because he was just trying to get all cocky and stuff. And so, yeah, it was a mess.
Jeez.
Needless to say, I never worked for that promotion again.
I would, imagine not.
What about you, Mr. Dick? Can you think of any situations you and Nick might have been involved with? It didn't have to necessarily go like violent, just went squirrely. And as I'm using antidote.
Yeah, about two. I guess with the crowd, I love Andy Kaufman, so I put my business card on soap, and I handed them out to the crowd, which I assumed they would throw it back. I didn't assume everybody would throw it back as hard as they would. So we had to catch some of the soap, got hit with some of the soap. Nick launched it at somebody else a little bit too hard. I had to stay away from some sides of the ring. They really didn't appreciate my gift of soap to them. And I kind of, showed them how to use it. And they didn't really appreciate that. So that's probably the worst that we've had.
Always over. Always over.
It works.
It does work. Apocalypse Hygiene 101.
Yeah.
And everybody just hated Chris regardless. Like, I've never seen anybody who got heel heat as easy as you did.
Just, I don't know, easy person to hate, I guess.
Well, I mean, I hate you. I'm pretty sure that everybody in this room hates you. We just tolerate you, because of who you are.
Yep.
That was stupid. I immediately regret that joke, and I apologize to everybody whose ears had to hear it. That was horrible. All right, so, Chris, I would love to hear a story about something that you did in Vegas with a little kid who wore cow pattern tights.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You were on that show with me, too.
Goddamn right I was. And this was a TV gig just to set the stage. This was a TV gig.
I guess it's similar to Carnage's a little bit. So I go in, and this kid he's just cocky as shit, and he's just kind of very fast and wants to do a billion fucking moves and spots. I'm just like, nah, fuck that. We're not doing like any of that, like at all. And so I guess he was never real receptive to it. And I'm sure everybody's experienced this quite a few times, that when someone moves too fast, they're going way too fucking fast and sloppy and everything. And I would say it was probably, maybe 6 or 7 minutes into it, because I think we went like 15, 20 minutes. We went a long time. And he just fucking going way too fast, not listening, not doing anything. And so I just snatched that little fucker up, man. I said, it's time to go to school, son. I literally said that out loud. And I fucking took him. I jabbed him right on his fucking, almost on his head.
If I may.
Yeah, jump in, man.
When Chris snatched him up and went down to his ear and told him, time to go to school, son, that was just telling him, I'm about to start stretching you out a bit.
But
what
it was
he
loud.
didn't know was the television camera picked it up.
Oh, yeah.
So, time to go to school, son, went over the airwaves. Now, what I didn't know was that television camera was so sensitive, it heard me on my knees, belly laughing in the locker room at time to go to school, son.
Are you serious?
So
I didn't know about that.
That went out on the TV airwaves, too.
Yeah. Let's just say it was a rough night. It was a rough night for him after that.
And the thing is, like, because I was actually watching it from, bell to bell on the screen in the back. And this was the California invasion into Nevada angle, where pretty much everybody from California did the job, except this fucking guy. He's the only one from California going over. Little Mr. Cowpants wasn't too crazy about that. Now, you saw Chris continuously snatching that guy up and trying to bring him back down to earth with the rest of us.
Well, I gave him a chance. Like, I gave him chances. I was trying to save the situation. It's not like
Hi, creepy Jimmy.
Oh, hey, Jimmy.
Told you he was going to be here, Carnage. I know it's your favorite character.
Hell no.
So he tries like hell to get this kid to cooperate. He keeps grabbing him up and bringing him back, slowing it down. The kid breaks free, starts kind of going up to fucking Mach 8 again. And finally, I mean, you could actually see the moment where he lost all patience. Because
that was it, man.
He snatched him up in a chin lock. That was not a work. And that's when the whole side headlock, time to go to school, legit take over and really put that kid on the mat and started going to work on
it. Well, I dipped him too on the jab too, right? Like,
when you hit him with your finisher and that jab.
You got jabbed twice in that. You got jabbed twice in that match.
And both times they were fucking brutal. But the time to go to school that was just meant to scare this kid that went over the airwaves. So I heard it on the monitor in the back, and then I almost peed my panties. I was laughing so goddamn hard at that.
She goes sour sometimes. You gotta take control of the situation.
Well, nice to see Creepy Jimmy jumped in just along to try to creep Carnage out, and then he's gone again.
Yeah, that dude gives me chills, dude. I don't even like looking at him, dude.
He may be in Louisiana.
No, well, I hope the hell not.
Oh no, that's right. He's going for his treatment out there in New Orleans.
He's got his rag ready for you, man.
Yeah, he got his little bottle of chloroform. He's got his handcuffs polished up real nice for you. Because I did tell him, I said, man, look, if you're gonna make a play for somebody like Carnage, you need to know that he's a very fancy lad, classy kind of guy. So make sure those handcuffs are spit shine, buddy. Make sure those dildos have been pure clean.
Shit, man.
Fancy man. He's a fancy lad.
That's why I always carry a barbed wire baseball bat in the back of my car, just for people just like that. See?
There you go.
But when he sits up in the back seat like in a horror movie and puts that chloroform rag over your face, that's not going to do you a lot of good.
Oh my goodness! That's why I carry knives on my door in the car, and I also have one of those metal batons I keep underneath the passenger seat, dude. So trust me.
No, I think in reality it will go. I think in reality it will go more like when Uncle Jay abducted me in Tampa. Just next thing you know, he's right behind you, and the chloroform rag goes on, and all you hear come out of your mouth is one final, "Oh shit!" And then it's not my time.
Oh my goodness! Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Let's get some plugs off here for whoever's got something to plug. Doug, I understand that you're personal friends with the talking xenophobe.
Yes, my little buddy from childhood. Yes.
Yeah. Anything coming from that direction anytime soon? I miss him.
Not currently. I've been really busy with stuff, and it takes a long time to make a video because I keep trying to challenge myself with shit. So, but I do have some stuff coming. I have a new computer on order, getting some training and shit going on from my case. And so, yeah, I'm kind of upgrading a lot of stuff, and then I might, I got some ideas running around in the head. But yeah, right now he's stuck in a cold, dark place because he's being punished for what he did in the last video.
Okay.
So, yeah.
See, I was really relieved when the xenophobe started making his movie.
Xenophobe.
Huh?
Xenophobe.
Yeah, xenophobe. Is but back in the good old days, me and him used to just chop it up when you were passed out. We drink beers together and shit. And I was always like, I'm an official psychopath because I'm drinking beer with a toy that I think is talking to me. But now he makes videos showing everybody I'm not, in fact, a psycho. I'm not.
He still thinks I don't know what's going on. So, Yeah.
All right, moving on. So I'm holding you. We're gonna get the xenophobe back on. We're gonna get him on this very network, and we're gonna start his video library from scratch.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Dick, what's good with you, man? You got anything coming up you want to talk about?
Next year we're done for this year, really. I just got back for vacation. So next year we're going to have Madison ASW, Beckley IWL, and then up towards Martinsburg PWL. I believe I said those. I get PWL and IWL confused because basically it's the same to me. But we have those coming up. We have ECC in Ashland early this year, and then Power Slam are running monthly shows that I'm going to be involved with pretty much throughout next year as well.
Nice.
So we're busy at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Sweet.
Carnage, my brother, what's going on with you? What's coming up?
Hey man, we got started OCW, which is Old School Championship Wrestling in Mississippi, and we started running shows a few months ago, and we just did our Christmas show last week, and so we're getting really good, getting a good following. So any wrestlers out there, or managers, or female wrestlers, whatever, looking for some gigs in Mississippi, hit me up on Facebook at Carnage Perez, or just Google Bad Boy Carnage. I'm not hard to find. And so so far for 2023, February 11th in Eupora, Mississippi, we're going to have our first show of the year. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a title unification match. I'm the OCW champion. I'm going to be going up against the, I think it's the UPWA champion, and we're going to unify the titles in a ladder match. So I'm pretty excited for that. And
who's going to win?
Huh?
Who's going to win? Come on, tell me.
I haven't been told yet. he's the promoter, so I mean, I don't know.
Tell him, so he's going to win.
I'm betting on Carnage, $20. Rob, you want that?
I'll take that action, dude. I think the promoter's going to put himself
I don't really
over.
like this guy a whole lot. So I mean, whatever the finish is, I can always change it, right?
Do I smell a swerve? No, I do not. I believe you, sir, are too much of a professional for that.
Yeah, I
believe
know.
The promoter's going over 20 on a Chris fucking bet.
Yeah, it could happen. I don't know, dude. I haven't even put the poster out yet, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what we got going on. And like I said, we're just running Mississippi, and we're just doing some good things down here. I'm really excited for this promotion. I'm glad to be a part of it. And check us out, man. It's all our crowds are getting bigger and bigger. We're getting a good following going on. We're doing a West Point, Mississippi, Eupora, Mississippi, and Columbus, Mississippi. So we're trying to do the triangle gimmick going on, and hopefully we'll start expanding and getting bigger shows and start bringing in some good people. And so yeah, nothing but good things for 2023, man. OCW #1, baby.
Now, Chris, I believe that he wouldn't actually swerve that promoter because he's too much of a pro. One thing I know, however, is you and I are a couple of fucking lunatics, so we could always maybe show up there and arrange that Carnage wins that match.
Oh, hey, yeah.
I just want to get my $20. That's all.
A little intervention.
There you go. Yeah.
Just let him know. Do the right thing. Carnage is. There's some very important fucking people who think that this guy is the one who's going to win here. So, you might want to go ahead and make sure that happens before we got to make sure that happens.
That's right, man. It's going to be a good match either way. Like I said, he's a good guy. He's a good promoter. I've given him a lot of good advice that he's taken, and he's doing very well for himself in his promotion. And like I say, man, I'm just glad to be a part of something professional and old school, and just some good things, man. So anybody out there is interested in working for us, just hit me up, man. I'll get you in contact with the promoter, and who knows, man, maybe we get you on the show.
Carnage, what's his name?
His name on Facebook is Terry Boykin.
What's his gimmick name? What's his wrestling name?
Oh, his gimmick name is what the heck? Oh yeah, it's David Echoes, Playboy David Echoes.
David Echoes. Okay, all right, sweetheart, sit this one out. Let Daddy handle this one for you. Let me tell you something, Playboy. There ain't no way in heaven or hell the two of us are gonna sit by and allow you to even have the opportunity to beat our boy Carnage for his title. So this is what I advise, brother. Sleep with that belt. Cuddle it, man. Take lots of photos. Let all of your fucking friends see it because you want everybody to be able to say, hey, you remember when? But you ain't going to remember for long, brother, because after the apocalypse puts you to sleep, it's going to go all Carnage's way. And, of course, mid-promo, fucker lost his camera. Chris, you got anything you want to add to my little shoot?
It's going to be a long night for that guy. That's all to say about that. Long night.
Well, all right. I guess we put Carnage to sleep already, so I think we go ahead and take it home. So we're not going to do one next week, right? Christmas, take it off?
Yeah, we'll be off for Christmas.
Yeah, okay. That's what makes sense. And Mr. Dick, make sure to thank Nick for showing up.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will.
Hey, I'm
there
back,
he is.
fellas.
Now you're going to have to play back and listen to the fantastic promo I just cut on Playboy, blah, 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 whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, he's all right, I guess.
All right. So anyway, that's going to do it for us. We're kind of reaching for any more content. So we'll see you guys in what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Hey, happy holidays, fellas.
You as well, brother. You guys all have a good Christmas. And Chris,
Merry Christmas.
I still hate you, Chris.